rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena on. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rockin' Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. And welcome to the premier Knicks in the Nighttime joint, the Knicks at Night podcast. Salute, man. I see my people in the chat. What's good, everybody? See Sherwin in the chat, man. Endgame. Tori B in the building. Salute. Just Knicks is in the building. Salute. Let me move this over here. Yeah, man. Salute, y'all. Salute. I thought I did this earlier, but clearly I didn't. Man, it's crazy around here, but let me do this. It's the wrong one. That's the right one. Do this. Payal. Okay. All right, man. The New York Knicks lose to the Timberwolves tonight, man. No big deal. Bunch of starters out. Is what was our score? Our score, it was crazy. It wasn't even. Let me get my score, everybody. To be honest with you, looking at the game, man, I was like, we shouldn't even be in this game. At the same time, this Knicks team is scrappy. So the Wolves win 115-104. The Timberwolves win 115-104 in a game. It shouldn't have been even. I'm just proud of the Yo, Ralph is in the building. Salute. I'm just proud of the way the guys played tonight, man. There was some tomfoolery out there, just a little bit. There was a little bit of tomfoolery out there, but for the most part, man, I mean, the Knicks played. They played their behinds off. They played their behinds off, man. I don't think there are nights when we can afford to have Brunson and Deuce out and Jordan Clarkson go 3 for 11. Right? I'm not saying Jordan Clarkson is the reason why we lost. I'm saying the Knicks probably should have lost. You know what I'm saying? They probably should have lost, seeing that team was completely healthy and our team was banged up a little bit. Let me just put it that way. Let me just put it that way. I think Mike Brown did a great job. I'm looking at a couple things, y'all. Like, got the chat going, got the stats up here going. Let me just say this. Because I'm just going to do this because I know there's going to be a classic overreaction to a bunch of things that we saw tonight. There's going to be a classic overreaction to Josh Hart's turnovers. We got to relax. Everybody's going to have a bad game. So what? Josh Hart wasn't the reason why we lost. There is going to be a classic overreaction that Karl Anthony Towns scored 40 points on 22, 23, 24 shots. Cat was efficient. That's going to be an overreaction. Also, Cat is a all-star caliber player. 40 points and 13 or 14 rebounds is not just another day at the office, but something that you can expect. What I think may be overblown, though, is the Tyler Kolek performance tonight for a number of reasons. And don't just assume you know what I'm going to say. Listen. Don't assume you know what I'm about to say about Tyler Kolek. Stop and listen. Right? Jay Davis in the building. Salute. All right, so I do Barry in the building. Salute. Danny Barry Sports Highlights is in the building. So the Tyler Kolek thing is intriguing in that what he did today in terms of impact shouldn't be measured by the box score that he filled up. Right? Basically, what I'm telling everybody is this. You're going to want to look at the box score and assume that Tyler Kolek filled up the box score. Therefore, he was impactful. And what I'm going to say to you is Tyler Kolek was impactful, therefore the box score was filled up. There were a lot of times when Tyler Kolek tonight wanted to make the right play. And for one reason or another, the play was not there to be made, not because Tyler Kolek was doing the wrong thing. Others were not doing the right thing. Others weren't necessarily doing the right thing. There were times when they were just looking to run rub plays and pin downs just to get Bridges and Cat some looks, and guys being confused by the defense. Guys being confused by the defense that they saw. Didn't do the right things on offense. And I can get into all of those things or none of those things. What I choose to do is I forgot. I got messages, y'all. My bad. There were certain instances that Tyler Kolek looked to make the right play, and others on the floor were just not aware. Now, is Tyler Kolek Is Tyler Kolek a high IQ basketball player? Yes, I think he proved it tonight that Tyler Kolek is a very high IQ basketball player. There is though this thing that I saw, and it has nothing to do. I'm not pointing fingers at Brunson or veterans, but I will say this. You can tell by the way things played out tonight that a lot of those guys hadn't really played with a pass first point guard in a very long time. This is no shot at anybody. This is no shot at anyone, right? But you can tell guys, especially tonight, have not played with point guards that are pass first or totally unselfish guys. And Tyler Kolek was totally unselfish. There were, I would say, more than a few times that Tyler Kolek drove to the basket, and the only reason why he tried to lay it up over Rudy Gobert is because the big didn't present himself as open. Yo, what does that mean, Uncle Freezy? Tyler Kolek gets to the rim. He should jump off of 2 feet and throw it down in traffic, right, Uncle Freezy? No. Tyler Kolek is a pass-first point guard. There were lobs that could have been thrown. There are inside passes that could have been thrown. And as a matter of fact, Tyler Kolek forced 2 inside passes when he shouldn't have, and they were fumbled away and wound up being turnovers headed the other way. Ariel Porty probably had a floater he could have gotten, and definitely a dunk he had been gotten when all he had to do was be an offensive guy instead of a rebounder. As soon as he saw Tyler Kolek turn the corner, he started facing the rim as if he was waiting for Kolek to shoot. And Kolek was looking to pass him the ball. Kolek wanted to give the ball to a 7-footer to shoot over a 7-footer, as opposed to Kolek being 6'3", trying to lay it up over a 7'2" Hall of Fame defender. I mean, if you're Tyler Kolek, I mean, you have to make that play, right? Is that not the correct basketball play if you're Tyler Kolek? If you're Tyler Kolek, is that not the correct basketball play? Right? Hot grabbers in the building. Salute. Oh, boy. Look who in the building. Cash Root. What's up, Cash?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm tired, boss.
Yeah, you look a little tired, man. You look a little tired.
Yeah, man.
But interesting game tonight. Chance to catch a good portion of it. And I heard you making comments in reference to Tyler Kolek.
Right.
Tonight, I think he proved beyond a doubt. I mean, there's still going to be doubters or haters. You're always going to have that. Right. But he's a capable backup point guard. He showed a lot of good things.
Right.
I mean, obviously, as a team, I think right now, the schedule is taking its toll on us after winning the cup, man. Just that's why you didn't have no Brunson and OG tonight, man. You guys need a break. Then we got to turn around, play a game Christmas, then another one more day, and then we got another game after that, an away game
in Atlanta.
The Pelicans, Atlanta, then the Pelicans, and then the Spurs, and it's like, man. So we gonna need the whole bench, man. We're gonna need everybody's contribution. But yeah, I would say the takeaway from tonight, even though it was a loss, I always say when you lose, you learn, man. I mean, that's the game of chess, really life, man. You lose, you learn from it. We learned that, Tyler Kolek can ball, man. He with the right group in there. I mean, he puts forth effort defensively. I mean, he's still got things to work on, but yeah, I think once Deuce, I think when Deuce comes back, that's going to help a lot, man. I mean, I do see a lot with Deuce not being there, man. Deuce being hurt, it's hurting us overall.
Cash, are you trying to start a fight, bro?
Am I trying to start a fight?
Yeah.
Man, sometimes fighting controversy is good, man. Like
controversy sells, right?
Yeah, and storms, man. What is the purpose of a storm when you think about it? Like, oh man, people hate it when you rain, but we need rain. Rain helps for growth.
Refresh.
Refresh, exactly.
Yeah,
sometimes you need that, man.
You need that.
Yeah, you need that. So
I don't know what I don't know. Let me put, I'm gonna just put a pin in that thought that you just mentioned, that you just said, because I think you just started a controversy, and whoever's not on the panel, I'm gonna talk to Cash about this. We'll probably talk about it tonight, and then we'll see. Right. I think Tyler Kolek is getting more comfortable playing NBA point guard. That's an understatement, right?
Yeah. All right. I agree with that. Yeah.
I think Tyler Kolek is getting more comfortable with his offense, right?
Agree.
I think Tyler Kolek is getting more comfortable defensively, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that too. And the thing that makes him competent is the support system he has on the court with him. That's a key component.
Okay. So I want to get into I want to ease my way into
Salute.
Yeah, Jay was good, man. Ain't nothing.
It's all good. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everybody. Yeah. I want to start this conversation. I just want to say, first of all, we lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Minnesota. We had been beating the brakes off them for a long time. We faced them. They were healthy. We were not. They beat us by 10 or 11 points. Whoop-de-doo. It's on to Cleveland, right? I know we play them at the Garden, but it's next thought should be Cleveland. Right?
Yeah, Julius got us some payback for him anyway. Whatever.
I'm gonna ask y'all, and listen, if y'all are scared to answer, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I understand. Like if and listen, no disrespect, right? No disrespect. But if y'all are scared to talk about this topic, I understand. Right? Like if there's some trepidation or you're nervous about giving your opinion, just let me know. Right.
Okay.
Cash, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, man. I'm waiting.
Okay. With Tyler Kolek playing like this, what's going to happen to Deuce McBride when he gets back?
Wow, we really do think a lot alike.
Deuce McBride will be an auxiliary ball handler and also that shooter. In other words, I just like when they played Brunson and Kolek together, you can play Kolek with Deuce McBride because Deuce McBride, we know, is going to give you that defense. Deuce McBride is also going to give you shooting. What Kolek is going to provide is ball handling, support, and you mentioned the IQ in maintaining structure on the offensive end.
Okay. Hold on.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing till you're ready.
Good, bro.
The real question to that is whose minutes is going to get reduced? That's going to be the real question because if Tyler Kolek is going to cut into somebody's minutes, so whose minutes is that going to be getting cut? That's going to be the real question.
Well, here's the follow-up question. I already had it queued up because I knew that was the simplest answer. Like that was what you just mentioned is the point A to point B answer.
Right.
And I knew this, and I knew that was going to be the answer about an hour ago when I was preparing the question. Right. Here's the other part to it. Then what do you do with Landry Shamet, who's already in that role?
Is it on me now, or are we still asking?
I was asking Cash.
Okay. What do you do with Shamet?
What do you do with Shamet that's already in that role that you just mentioned for Deuce McBride?
You're right. Well, from some rumors that I heard, I haven't investigated those rumors. It may be a couple of people getting on a plane in a trade because we know the situation with Yabusele.
Was there a fake sickness?
So they could be part of a package. Who's coming in return? I mean, we don't know. I mean, obviously it's going to be a low budget package, but yeah, because if you think about the Kolek stock right now, I'm not saying he's going to be traded. Calm down, everybody. His stock right now is an all-time high. I mean, I don't know for people who play the stock market, but like I look at the trading, man. He's a high commodity right now.
Right.
His value is very high.
Right.
Yeah, his value is high.
So I don't think you answered the question, though, Cash. DJ
Okay.
Cash, I don't think you answered the question.
All right. Let me answer the question. I think Shamet's roles is he's gonna lose some minutes. He's gonna lose minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. He's gonna lose minutes. He's gonna be the odd man out. It may be some games he have a DNP. Depending on the matchup, the teams in the matchup.
All right.
Somebody's gonna have a DNP.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean,
Chat, y'all heard the question, chat. Y'all heard the question, right?
Because when I look at Mike Brown, I mean, thus far, judging him on his patterns or whatever, if you're in the game and if you're not impacting the game, you're going to be sitting next to him on the bench. Well, he stands a lot, but you're going to get a DMP. Like, for an example, and this is just an example, if Jordan Clarkson is out there and he can't hit the broadside of a barn, he's going to be sitting. Then it'll be Deuce, Shamet, and Kolek rolling, and vice versa. Got to impact the game. So that means somebody's minutes will be reduced or they get a DMP.
Okay.
Actually, it's a luxury to have, but anyway, we'll see how it all plays out.
So Kolek just made Shamet expendable in your eyes, is what you're telling me.
They actually play different positions. So I would say I'm kind of divided on that, saying yes and no, because they don't play the same positions. Him and actually Deuce and Kolek play a more similar position in the sense that Deuce does handle the ball, but Deuce, we know, is way better defensively. His shooting is better. I mean, we know Deuce's body of work.
Right.
Yeah, we know Deuce's body of work.
Okay. Okay.
It's a tough decision to make. It's a very tough decision.
Right. All right.
All right. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to mute my mic.
Jay, what's going on, man?
No, I'm just saying. I'm going to let other people talk.
All right.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. So what's going on, man? How you feel about Kolek's performance, and does his slow emergence mean someone that was given a bunch of chances is going to be bumped out of the rotation?
But let's start here. I think McBride, I go from Miles to Deuce. I have this thing. He's got to perform to be Deuce. I don't know how he even got a nickname to begin with.
Right.
But when he's on, he's Deuce. I don't know. When he's not, he's Miles.
Okay.
I think that we gotta look at a few things. Tyler Kolek, 5-year really, college playwright, 4 years college, a true PG. That's the difference between him and anybody on the team. Anybody. So that changes every single thing. Yes, Miles, Deuce can dribble the ball, but I much rather have the ball in Kolek's hands as a PG who distributes. Now, I also don't want to get ahead of myself. This is one of a few games where the young man has exploded.
I'm gonna pause, Jay, because I think Jay think we like, oh, my monitor about to die. Okay. Can y'all hear me still?
I do.
Okay, yeah, my monitor is about to die, bro. Looking like it's on its last leg, but I think so. I think
What's the question again? Who's going to be what? Expended?
No. What I was gonna say just now is, I think maybe there it is. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh well. You know, it wants to. I'll just let it do whatever it want to do. So I got one monitor tonight. So what? So I think Jay the Chosen One, and it's gonna sound. Hey, everybody, listen. This is friendly, right? This is not disrespectful. This is friendly. I think Jay the Chosen One think we were on like the PG show, like we were on the Disney thing. I'm gonna ask Jay the Chosen One a question, right? And I want his honest answer, right?
Go ahead,
Keep it in the stack.
Always.
Is there a world
Yes.
where Mike Brown has to make a decision about this backcourt depth?
Yes.
Okay. Cash, you hear the conversation, right?
Yes, I hear it.
And in your opinion, is there really a decision to be made?
A decision in terms of somebody staying and somebody going, or who's
No,
playing?
nobody's going. Nobody's going.
In terms of who's playing and who's not playing?
Yeah, consistent minutes. Who's playing consistent minutes and who's not?
I would say when Shamit and Deuce does come back, see how the pieces fit. Maybe, maybe play around, probably experiment a little bit. I mean, every equation in regards to the things that you're making reference to, as long as Kolek is a part of it, it really helps Brunson. It really helps Brunson when we look at the big picture. It takes the pressure off of Brunson, because when we look at the whole schematics, first of all, when we go back to those cup games, we know the reason why he had Kolek and Brunson in there. It was to what? It was to help Brunson. It was to alleviate some of the pressure from Brunson. Them picking him up 94 feet, harassing him. All the things that they try to do to Brunson.
Right.
So I would say the biggest asset to the backcourt, or possibly very key secondary component to that, is going to be Kolek. Okay. So it'll be a Kolek Shamit, Kolek Deuce, as I made reference to earlier. And somebody's minutes is obviously going to be cut.
You keep leaving, every time you say that, you leave out Clarkson.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be an odd man out. It's going to be an odd man out, just like in the front court, like the situation in the front court right now, like with Yabusele. I mean, look at that situation.
I want to focus on this situation.
I know.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it. I was waiting.
But I'm using that as a comparison. I'm using that as a comparison because the bottom line is about winning. I mean, if we're winning, everybody should be cool. Hopefully, everybody getting the check. So, but sometimes it's not all. It's not all good. Because guys want to play, and I understand that. Right.
Nah, so Jay, here's the thing. We heard what Cash said, right? We legitimately heard what Cash said.
Fully.
How does Mike Brown pull this off?
But look, I look at it like this. I've been calling this team the Legoland team since the beginning. When we thought, now this is prior to finding out that Yabusele fell short. And I'm still not fully sold that until he's out of here. I'm not sold that he's here. So I'm not even sold that he's fully sold short for the long term yet. Anyway. All right, so Randall. So I think that Kolek has shown that he is not scared of the bright lights. He's not scared to attack the basket, no matter if you're 7'4" or you're his height. He's a good distributor. Right. He's a good shooter. Yep. He's a good ball player.
Yep.
Okay, he's all that. And he picks up on schemes quickly.
Facts.
All those things are true. He's also worked on his defense. He's bulked up.
Yep.
He definitely has worked tirelessly on several different moves. The best footwork underneath the basket I've seen in a very long time is Brunson. The second best I've seen.
And he sees Brunson every day.
Right. And he sees it every single day. And I would go as far as to say probably not only emulates, but talks with, picks his brain. The kid seems like, from afar, seems like a student of the game, loves the game, wants to be better than he could ever be every single day. I think that really the question is not really, Deuce seems like he is that they're willing to ride or die with Deuce. I think it really boils down to Shaman and Clarkson. That's how I feel it is. And you know what? For me personally, I'm not in the same mindset as the ride or die with Deuce. If Clarkson's playing better, if Shaman's playing better, but just like I've been saying from the beginning on, this year has been about one man only. Mike Brown. So Mike Brown's going to have to manage those minutes and make the tough decision. Look, I'm going to put you in. You're going to go in. We've seen him put people in for one whole minute, right, and take them right out. I know they're young, but we've seen him do it. We've seen him do it. Right. We've seen him. Even the guy that we just dropped 12 million in his lap, do it for 2 minutes and come right out. So
right.
I think that Brown. I don't know how you feel about it, but I bought into Brown's culture. Culture. So, I mean, you can't deny that this game, a tough game, a game against a team that's only in the entire overall NBA, we are 5th. They are 7th coming into this game. Both of us 8-2 on the last 10 games. And the young man dropped 20, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, bunch of steals. You can't deny it. It's just undeniable to do. The question I really think in my mind to say is any of those other guys dropping 20, grabbing 11 rebounds, and dishing out 8 assists in any game, let alone a game that you're starting like for the first time in a long time ever. No, they're not. I'm sorry. So
there was some impressive things done tonight.
Very impressive.
Kolek showed that he's a rebounder.
He's a
Deuce and Shamet Clarkson have not shown that they're willing rebounders.
That's correct.
Right. Like, and listen, all these guys are tough. Right.
Mhm.
We're not saying that these guys are tough. Clarkson's tough. Shamet is super tough. Deuce proves it over and over and over again that he's tough. Right.
Correct.
Being tough doesn't get you rebounds in a way that Kolek did tonight against a very big and tough team.
Right.
Right? Dante is bigger than Kolek. You know, the only player he saw tonight, maybe smaller than him, was Conley.
That's it.
Right? And so it puts us in this space like, do you keep the status quo the same? And so, Cash, this question is for you, right? This is a rock in your shoe. And chat, this is just a conversation. This is not me looking to do this, whatever. This is a conversation piece. I just want to establish that. Right? Right? Cash.
I'm here. Go ahead.
Do you then trade Tyler Kolek for a finishing piece, seeing that this is his highest value that he's been at since you've had him for the year and some change that you had him? Do you do the Kolek for Alvarado trade straight up now? Since Kolek increases value.
Sorry.
And chat, this is just conversation. Y'all already know my stance. I say it every show. Right? This is just a conversation piece, though.
That's
Cash,
tough.
welcome to the Hot Seat at Night podcast, bro.
No, it's tough because there's a lot of ancillary elements you have to look in connection with that. Because, and I think I've said this once before in the past show, Deuce is due the bag. Are we going to be able to pay him the bag? Mitch is up for an extension. Tyler Kolek right now is actually on a very good contract.
Very good, bro.
Delicious.
Very good.
Yes, he's on a very good contract.
He's on a great Kool-Aid contract, bro. You don't get no better.
Exactly. You're not going to get much better than that. And even if it's up for another, I mean, even when his contract is up, he'll just get up to Deuce's current contract.
Yeah.
If he was to up. And considering our financial, I'm putting my business hat on right now. I'm thinking business right now.
Okay.
More so than the court. And for this reason. And I know I'm gonna get hated for this. We're not gonna be able to keep everybody as currently constructed going into next season because of the cost factor, unless the cap goes way up. So, in terms of trade value, yeah, Kolek's value is high, but it's giving up Kolek going to help us in the long run or hurt us? Business-wise, if I know I'm not going to be able to pay Deuce, I'll trade package Deuce with Dadier, Yabusele, and whatever I can get in a return for that. Because I know I got Kolek in the bank already. I ain't got to worry about him. He just continue to do what he do. Shamet's on a one-year deal anyway. Clarkson, same thing. But Deuce is going to have to get the bag. And then, you got to deal with the Mitch situation. I mean, obviously, we ain't talking about that right now, but believe me, as June draws near, That's gonna be a hot conversation. So yeah, maybe might have to part with Deuce. As much as I don't want to, but that man ain't gonna continue to get paid what he getting paid now. It's not gonna happen. He's earned the bag. And as we all know in today's game, if we ain't giving him the bag, he gonna get it from somewhere else. It might turn out to be a Hartenstein situation.
Right.
When we know what happened there. I mean, Hartenstein went for the bag. You can't be mad at him. Oh, they should have gave him more money. We couldn't offer him no more. Now, I don't know if Chad, I don't know if you knew that as far as the Hartenstein situation. We could not offer him any more money. OKC had a better offer. And hey,
Orlando had a better offer.
Yeah.
I talked to Jake. Yeah, I was talking to Jake the whole time. Jake thought Hartenstein was headed to Orlando.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, you're right. I also forgot about them. And you're right. But my point is, that's just like at your job. If you get an offer, you get more paper. I love working with you, Freezy. But dog, man, I'm making like 50,000, and they offering me like 85. I mean, that's
if Knicks Fan TV come through and offer y'all more money.
Like, yeah, if you can offer me more money,
like Knicks Film School come through and be like, hey man, listen,
so
Uncle Freezy them ain't going nowhere. Uncle Freezy them in third place. He ain't gonna never be it's such and such and such. He ain't gonna never catch up to us, and we'll give you more money. Then you
this is the thing.
Yeah, Uncle Freezy, I sent you an email, bro, my resignation. Like,
yeah, it's a business side, basketball side, and sometimes decisions are made not necessarily from a basketball perspective, but from a business perspective.
Right.
So I would say, as much as I probably get hated for this, trade Deuce, because Deuce's value is high too. But understand it that if you do trade Kolek, you gotta lock down Deuce. All right. Are you gonna be able to do that? Keep Mitch and and all the other the major pieces are in place, but all of the other ancillary pieces.
But Cash, you didn't answer my question. You did the front office take.
Yeah,
you definitely.
Okay, front office all right, that's the front office take. The basketball,
right? That's the front office take.
Okay, the basketball take.
So I did, in fairness, I did ask you, would you consider trading Kolek for a finishing piece? Would you offer up Tyler Kolek in a trade for a player with a skill set like Jaren Jackson Jr., a 6'10", athletic, jumbo wing that can shoot the three a little bit and rebound? Maybe a guy that's going to be like maybe a Brandon Clark type player, right? A guy that's going to be a weak side rim protector, big guy, tough guy, you know what I'm saying, that you can play along with Mitch and along with Cat. Would you do that?
Well, how will we match the salaries?
No, I didn't say Brandon Clark. I'm saying a Brandon Clark type.
Oh, Brandon Clark type.
Type, right. That type of player. A Jaren Jackson Jr. type of player. Maybe it's a young player.
Okay. To your point, I just saw something recently. This is all rumor mill. Chat, it's rumor mill. So pump your brakes. That kid from Utah, Hendricks.
Taylor Hendricks. Yeah.
Yes. As a possibility. The only problem is dealing with Danny Ainge, and we know how that all goes down.
Well, his son is the boss now.
Yeah, I know. But still, it's in the family.
Right.
So he actually is that mold that you're exactly whom you're referring to. That could be a possibility. Could be a possibility. It's possible.
Jay.
Yeah.
I gotta ask Jay.
Yes.
The chosen one. Now, I was gonna ask him to spit this in bars, right? Earlier, I was like, I should ask him if he got some bars. That's what I was thinking earlier. I was like, but that'd be too goofy around the holidays. Like, who like having fun around the holidays, bro? You just want to eat and open presents, bro. That'd have been like a little bit too goofy, having fun around the holidays, right? But okay, so Jay the Chosen One, I'm gonna ask you. If the Knicks do indeed have proven depth, now that Tyler Kolek's slow ascension looks more like a slow burn, right? Like he took his time to get here because he was laying a solid foundation and not that he didn't have the talent, right?
Yep.
Would you entertain trading Tyler Kolek for or Deuce or Clarkson or Shamet? Well, I don't think he could trade Shamet for that piece. Coach, what's good, bro?
It's good.
Salute, Coach. Salute.
Salute, Cash. What's up, brother?
I just put Jay the
what's up,
Chosen
man?
One.
So to answer your question, I'm putting up the others. I think that Kolek. I think that I like Kolek. I think that the three of them together couldn't get these stats he got tonight. Now, can he keep it up is the question. All right, I'm keeping it fresh. I'm keeping you asked the question. I'm gonna keep it fresh. The three of them together.
The audacity of this guy, Coach.
The okay, let's not say three. Two out of three are not getting that. 2 out of 3 are not getting the same stats that this man got single-handedly by himself today. Right. Okay, period. Right. You guys could tell me I'm wrong. It's all good. Maybe in the points, you might get a couple extra points. They're not getting nearly the rebound or the assist put together. Period. Stop.
Right.
Okay. As far as the future goes, if you could go out and get what essentially people have been calling for, that power forward / centerish, strong player like you're describing. Am I willing to put up Kolek for that? That's the question, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So the answer to that is, it really, for me, I can't yes or no that. I need to know who it is. Because I know already that we may not have even seen the ceiling tonight of a young man with massive college experience who watches Brunson, who sits there with them and talks with them, who's bright, who I believe slows down and sees the court like the Matrix. I really can't. You would have to tell me who. I'm not just going ahead and saying, okay, we'll take. Try and think of a name right now, top of my head. The big man from the Lakers, the backup big man. What's his name?
I have a name for you.
Yeah, give me a good name.
Noah Clowney from the Brooklyn Nets. 6'10",
I like,
6'10", 210, athletic scoring defender that can shoot threes and is the streakiest of three-point shooters you've ever seen, but he's 21.
Right.
And their salaries match. Or thereabout. They're close enough.
Right. See, the thing is, I'm not really worried too much about the 3-point.
No, but we're not. I'm sorry. So I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not really worried about the 3-point shooters. We got more than enough 3-point shooters. You're talking about He's a two-way big man, defensive, hits the boards, does the things that we're looking for. The money matches. How many years on Clowney? And if you tell me that doesn't matter, I'm okay with that too. Say it doesn't matter, and I'll answer it. It doesn't matter. It's fine with me.
Something. It's up to you.
Okay, so I'm going to say that I would be willing to give up Miles McBride and now we're only using these players, so I'm sticking with these players that you mentioned. That's it. So
I was at work.
Miles and Clarkson. I'll give up Miles and Clarkson for that. For the big man. I'll do that.
Okay.
Because you still then, but then you have Shamet. You have now Clowney comes off the bench. Well, give me a second because it's a snap decision. Clowney's coming off the bench.
Right.
Diawara gets to stay, right? So he gets to stay and grow. He grows with Kolek. And Clowney. There's your 3-4 right there. And your 1. How does Deuce's money match up to Clowney?
I think they're like a perfect match almost. It's not a weird mismatch, man. I think it's like within $1 million or something.
It's workable.
Clowney makes 3.3.
Yeah.
So Deuce makes $1 million more.
Yeah. Yeah.
So technically, nothing has
which
to
is
match.
what we have to do, right, Coach? Is we have to give out a little more than we get back, isn't that right?
Yeah, I mean, we either have to do even or less. So
yeah, even or less. Yeah.
Well, I definitely want a big man that was supposed, we were supposed to already have, but we obviously don't have.
And so just let me reset real quick. So for those that's like just coming into the conversation, we all have our stance on where we are with trades. Like this is not the trade machine show. This is basically Mike Brown has been faced with a dilemma whether Knicks fans want to face it or not, right? The fact is Tyler Kolek has arrived. This is whether you think that's a fact or not, whether you're a fan of Tyler Kolek or not, really in terms of how you view that's if your eyes can't tell your brain that Tyler Kolek is an NBA player, then maybe you might want to do something else. Tyler Kolek is a hooper.
Hooper.
The only thing about hoopers though is hoopers want to hoop. And the only thing with hoopers wanting to hoop is if you have too many for too few positions, somebody's going to be dissatisfied. Right? So if Tyler Kolek is now your floor general with Brunson, what do you do with Deuce? Right? And so if Deuce is going to play, like we know he's going to play, then what do you do with Clarkson? Right? And if Clarkson's going to play, he's a veteran, he signed a loyalty deal to come here to help y'all win, then what do you do with Landry Shamet? Right? And so while it sounds great on the surface, like, hey, man, nah, man, we love depth, man. Depth is what you need to win a championship. Nah, depth, you only need depth when you have injuries. and fatigue, right? That's the only time you need depth. You don't need depth when your team is 100% healthy and you have one game to play. You don't need depth then, right?
Depth's insurance.
Depth is exactly, coach. Exactly. Y'all see how me and coach got chemistry? Coach just read my mind. Like he. But
I would love to be able to just drive around and have to pay for insurance.
Right.
But sometimes you be driving, it ain't your fault. Someone hits you,
and you got to be prepared. You got to be prepared.
Right. That's because both of y'all got the same beards lined up.
Yeah,
all lined up and everything.
Yeah, man.
Yep, I agree with you, man. You gotta be prepped. And it is for the insurance. It's for all that stuff.
Right. Especially when you have. See, it's not like we only got one dude that's taking us to the promised land. We have enough guys that if we are missing one or two dudes, you got to have that insurance because we can still be competitive as we showed you tonight. I mean, to be missing an MVP candidate and arguably the top 2 or 3 best defenders in the league and probably one of the best two-way players in the league right now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
To be missing them 2 guys and still be competitive with arguably one of the best teams in the West right now.
Yeah, on their floor.
That's how good we are.
Yo, and this is what I'm saying. The perfect situation would be Mike Brown would play all 5 guys, however many minutes those guys want to play. The only thing is, then what do you do about Bridges' minutes? Because when you play 3 guards, that means Bridges either has to be on the bench or he has to play jumbo wing. And if he's playing the jumbo wing, then what are you doing with OG? That means OG has to be on the bench or playing small ball 5, right? And then if that's the case, then what do you do with Josh, who's told you he's not at his best when he's off the bench or playing small amounts of minutes? Correct. And then that means, so what do you do with Cat and Mitchell Robinson?
And so on and so on.
And so on and so on and so on. LI1 in the building. And so on and so on and so on. You feel me? Like it seems like on the surface that man, what we worried about. We shouldn't. This ain't Fushnickens. Don't ring the alarm, right? Don't get everybody all up in arms, right? And I know the guys on the panel don't remember Fushnickens, right? When a dude said, when I was young, they used to tease me because my head was peasy.
Keep going. Keep going.
And now I'm large like George and Wheezy. So easy. Or is it because I'm rocking beats, right? So on the surface where it looks like it's an easy decision for Mike Brown, right? I think it's more difficult of a decision because the thing is, 2 things have to happen. You want to keep your veteran Jordan Clarkson fresh and on point because it took him too long to get to this point where he is right now. Remember, Jordan Clarkson got here and struggled, and he had to play off rust, and there was an adjustment period, right? And then you have to balance that with Jordan Clarkson needing minutes because Tyler Kolek needing minutes because ultimately Tyler Kolek's his future potential may be more of that than Deuce, Shamet, and Clarkson. And you want to tap into that. You don't want to block him in, right? You don't want to block him into this thing like the Yankees did back in the 80s when they had Oscar Gamble and Danny Tartable and all them guys, but they also had young outfielders in AAA named Deion Sanders, Jared Williams, and Bernie Williams. Right? Like you don't want to have it be that situation. That's for people that know anything about baseball. If you don't care nothing about baseball, it's just whatever it is.
When he got here from Kansas City, I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
It's just like you said,
Yeah, and
Danny Tartable. Oh my god,
bro, nobody wore Coach. Nobody wore a jersey. Oh, the only person that wore a professional jersey better than Danny Tartable is probably the Green Bay Packers linebacker Bryce Pop. Y'all remember him? Number 95. The dude had shoulders like Chris Benoit.
I thought you were gonna say Andre Dawson.
Yeah, Andre Dawson.
yeah.
Rocking that Jerry curl.
Yeah.
Just
I will take.
So glow.
But just real quick, I want to, because I started this with Cash, and I wanted to get Cash's input on it. So Cash, you understand now? You understand why I asked you the question, right?
Yes.
And so I asked Cash the question because for those that wasn't following, the reason why I asked the question is every fallen domino has a cascading effect in the direction of the domino that fell. Right? That's how these things work. Right? Everything is going to have a cascading effect. That domino falls in one direction, everything in that direction the domino hit is going to feel the effect of it, right? And so with Tyler Kolek's slow burn, slow ascension to being a every night NBA rotational guard, and Mike Brown only having 240 minutes per night to play 10 guys, how do you keep the balance?
Well, here's the thing. Tyler Kolek instantly became what we've been dying for Deuce to become. People have been trying to make Deuce the backup point guard to Brunson for how long? And it's never been in his bag to be that guy.
Okay.
I've been saying that. And like I said, it's no knock on Deuce as a player and what he presents and blah, blah, blah. But we were willing to give up IQ because they thought maybe Deuce could do some point guard stuff.
Right.
He does some stuff great. Not knocking that. But right now, I mean, obviously, if Deuce was 6'5", 6'6", he holds a different role.
Okay.
You know, he's a 6'1", 3-and-D wing, bro. That's the skill set of Deuce McBride.
I hate when coach say that, bro, but I think he's right.
And that's not a bad thing. It's just he's got great skill for being his size, but he can only defend a certain amount of guys. Like, we want him to be able to defend other guys, and with he has a good wingspan for his height, and he's a good defender. But bro, he can't defend Cade Cunningham.
No,
not many people can, but
right.
He can't defend these 6'3", 6'4", 6'5" guards and stuff, and also be a playmaker, you know, on offense too.
Right.
Like, Brunson can't defend them guys either, but
those guys are hard to defend, bro.
Yeah, they are hard to defend.
The one thing I did notice during the Cup games when there was a Kolek and Brunson, you notice they had support behind them. They ran that double big lineup behind them. So even if they did get beat off the dribble, you know, they ran into some they ran into that double big, you know, OG was out there. So, you know, defensively, that helped to compensate for the lack of size, you know, in that front court. But going back to what you were saying, Coach, I was thinking about the histories of guys that fit that profile that you just made reference to in the NBA. And Freezy, you can relate to this. how was their longevity in the league? One, and how did things play out on the teams that they were on because of their skill set? How did that work out for them?
I understand. Cash, trust. I understand what you're saying, bro. I'm with you, amen, brother. I'm with you, right?
So that's why I'm bringing up the Storm, that maybe, and because of the fact that again I referred to that he's due the bag, maybe it's time to package him up and put him on a plane and see what value you can get.
What I was gonna say though is, the little birdie told me that any trade involving, and this is what little birdie told me, right? Any trade that Knicks fans think that involves Josh Hart and Deuce is totally off the table. Forget about it, and it's not even worth talking about. Right? Deuce is a Knick, Josh Hart is a Knick. It's not even worth talking about. All right, that's what a little birdie told me about 3 weeks ago.
All right.
Like legitimately, the only guys that will probably be traded is in a.
Is it one of Mike Tyson's pigeons?
Let me tell you something about the bird.
He's from Sesame Street. Oh yeah,
the bird is probably knowledgeable and have wings, but the bird also know in having those wings that somebody gonna have to fly. So that means somebody will be flying. Somebody's gonna be getting on the plane. That's what that tells me.
Whoever the little birdie is knows that as long as there is a Jalen Brunson, there'll be a Josh Hart in a Knick uniform.
And a Deuce.
And we all have to know that Deuce is probably the most beloved Knick by the organization, so he's not going anywhere. Like I really feel like we all should know that by now. Deuce not going nowhere.
So that means
I digress.
Why? Because the crowd says Deuce?
No, because the organization loves this kid. Not because of the crowd, not because of us.
The organization loves a lot of people.
All right. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna let y'all run this into the ground. I already know them. Those are the two players on that team that I know ain't going nowhere. I know they're not going nowhere.
So that means that Tyler Kolek's going on the plane then. Because
why would we be we don't have to trade. You asked the question, right? But what was the question? The last question that you asked? Something about 10 players or 10 people. What did you just ask?
Huh? What you mean 10 players? Like
you said you just asked a question when I was logging in, so I have heard it. You said something about Mike Brown having 10 players and
no, I didn't say Mike Brown had 10 players.
What did you say?
Are you asking does Kolek's ascension make people expendable? Some people.
Yeah, right. Because the thing is, here's the thing. Before I restate the question, I'm gonna state the fact. Like Jalen Brunson is a starter, and he's gonna play as much as he wants. Right? Mm-hmm. There is no minutes limit or cap, no restriction or cap on Brunson. Right?
For as long as he's here.
For as long as that man is here and performing at this level, he is untouchable to any conversation in terms of any movement on court, off court, whatever.
Yep.
The thing though is that the long-time projected backup, Deuce McBride, has not turned into the type of backup point guard or accompanying guard to Jalen Brunson that clearly the Knicks feel like they need. But at the same time, he is a very valuable player. So just because we didn't get the Nikes we wanted and we got Adidas, we still got some pretty good shoes. Basically, is what I'm saying, right? At the same time, Landry Shamet has come in the door and proven, right? And Tori B, please don't say pause. I'm trying to get this out the best I can without the pause button, right?
I'm not gonna say it.
So
I don't even say
loads again.
Yeah.
How we gonna manage Jalen's load? Is that what we're gonna?
I'm trying not to do that.
Without load management.
Are we allowed to say that? What they said instead of pause?
No. Breezy's just not ever allowed to say that statement again. I'll say it, and you could tell me if that's what you wanted to say.
In public or private, ever.
There we go.
Right, but but the thing is Landry Shamet has come. Landry Shamet has arrived, and he's proven time after time after time after time after time that he fits
Cyndi
this
Lauper.
team. Yeah, because the thing is when Landry Shamet got here last year, we were constantly trying to make him beat out random guy and random guy and random guy and random guy. And y'all notice Landry, there are no more random guys. Like he defeated all the random guys, and Landry Shamet is still here. Right? Like they're like Cameron Payne, Darrell Wright, all these.
He won the random guy, King of the Hill.
Yeah, like all these random guys, right? And so here's the thing: Shamet is gonna be here. The guys like Landry Shamet. What's the name? Went to bat for Landry Shamet last year with Tibbs, Mikal Bridges. He was like, yo, these guys can play. These guys need minutes. They can play. Right? But if you have Deuce and you have Shamet and you have Clarkson, because you have to keep Clarkson fresh for the playoffs, because when the playoffs get here, no matter what your defensive scheme is, no matter what your offensive scheme is, you are going to need a guy in the playoffs.
You want him out there checking.
Absolutely get you a bucket. And Clarkson.
Yeah, you want him out there checking.
Right.
And
my thing is this way.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Oh, I thought you was finished. I'm sorry.
So what that leads us to is if all these things laid out in front of us are things that we believe are true, then how do you reconcile what you're seeing with your own eyes with Tyler Kolek ascending right in front of your face when he may have more upside going forward, right? Now, I'm not saying upside for career. I'm saying upside going forward. Like Tyler Kolek might turn into your 10.5 assist guy off the bench for the next 4 years.
Right.
But he can't get there unless he plays. And so now you have all these guys that are going to be ball dominant guys when they're on the floor, whether they're with Brunson or not. In their mind, they're like, I'm a primary ball handler. Right? So how does Mike Brown balance all those guys without running 3-guard lineups that will eliminate OG or Bridges out of the lineup, right? Or force Cat or force Cat or Mitch out of the lineup.
Explain what you mean when you say eliminate. What, they go to the bench for a little while?
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Like at some point, everybody got to go to the bench. So I don't understand what you mean by that.
So what I'm saying by that is, like the guys that we're mentioning, all those reserve guys, Cat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm sorry, Deuce,
I know who the reserve guys are. We don't got to go.
Listen. So, Kolek, Clarkson, Shamet, Kolek, they're not as good as these starters. We already know
right.
That. We know that. That's not even up for discussion. What's up for discussion is how you balance giving all those guys minutes so they can stay fresh without taking minutes away from your wing rotation of Josh, OG, and Bridges. And if you play those three together, right, because they're starters, now you're taking one guy, one of the bigs, and putting him on the bench, which is Mitch. And now he's getting less minutes. But then if you go 3 guards in order to accommodate for the guards, right? Now you're in a situation where either Josh is on the bench, OG is playing small ball 5, Cat and Mitch are on the bench at the same time. It's a thing where you have to juggle all these players, because even if Mike Brown wants to play 10 or 11 guys, 10 or 11 guys running back and forth down the floor doesn't mean as much as them getting real minutes and being role players in those minutes. Because Tyler Kolek playing alongside Jalen Brunson and playing off ball is not as effective as Tyler Kolek playing and he's the floor general. So now Mike Brown has to balance all of these things, and how he does this is the question.
I think you might be overcomplicating the situation just a little bit, because you keep saying, how do you put them out there? Can you hear me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought my earbud died. I'm sorry. I think that at some point, most of this stuff is gonna be situational. Just like when we played in the cup game against the San Antonio Spurs, and he pulled Mikal Bridges for Tyler Kolek.
Right.
That was a situation where he needed another ball handler, so he took his starting wing off the floor for a backup point guard. All the things that you're saying, I feel like you're just overcomplicating
I
the
just think you
situation.
totally, and I think
I
you just
think that
totally just totally missed the entire point. Because in
that
that cup
I
game,
had to,
in that cup
because I
game,
don't
in
think I
but
understand
Tory B, in
what
that
you're
cup game,
asking.
Tory B, in that cup game that you just mentioned, Landry Shamet and Deuce didn't play.
I get it.
Right.
They didn't suit up.
100%. Okay.
So they
But
were not even an
again,
option in his
I
example.
said, it's situational because in that situation, we didn't have Deuce, we didn't have Shamit, right?
Right,
So we
right,
used the guy that we had. So if you're
right.
trying to get minutes, it's situational. If you need something, you go to the guy that's best at it. So the person I think is going to suffer the most in minutes here is probably going to be Landry Shamit
No,
because he's the person. What, coach? What? He
no,
was gonna say
I
something.
was gonna say this: the situational. Here's the situation. Before he got hurt, this coach believed, and for his system, that Landry Shamet is a huge part of what we're doing here.
And two things can
Because,
be right at the same
but
time. He
I'm
can be
saying
a huge part,
no,
Yeah,
but
that's
but
my favorite
no,
line.
I didn't finish my point. How huge a part he really is. He was the sixth man. Even when Josh Hart was on the bench, Landry Shamet was Mike Brown's sixth man. Like, we were surprised. Like, Landry Shamet came in before Deuce. He came in before Josh.
Yep.
And that changed at a point. And it didn't have to do with injury. Things are fluid. They change. They're in motion. We see that every day when you
It did
watch this
change when he
team.
got hurt
You
because
see that
he was still the
it was
sixth.
before he got hurt. He wasn't the first person coming off the bench before he got hurt. Never mind. I just think I think that
I think you need to go back and look at the game
this is
logs. He's been the sixth or
all.
seventh man
I
the whole
think
time
this
he's
is
been here.
all situational. I think this is a great problem to actually have. Like, I feel like we overcomplicating the situation. I think that depending on who we're playing and what we need, this person will get more minutes than that person. I don't think it's that hard. I think he's gonna go to the guy he thinks is best situated for that situation. That's what I think. I think we're overcomplicating things. I think we're making issue out of something that's not an issue. It's a great problem to have.
Let me say
You
something
got
real quick.
talent, and they're gonna use the talent.
Tory B just used a line that I say all the time. Two things could be right at the same time. I'm gonna say this. I'm not saying you stole it. I'm just saying something that I say all the time. Let me tell you something. All that might be true, but at some point, and we have noticed that this coach, and I said it earlier before you hopped on, Tory, has proven himself, and coach has proven himself to put somebody out there for as little as 1 minute, and if he doesn't see what he likes, he'll pull him out.
Right,
Yep.
right.
So
like, I don't feel like this is like, how are we gonna get these guys minutes? We get them minutes when they need them. When he need them, he gonna put them out there. And if he has to, he gonna cut back on somebody minutes. And I do think the person that's gonna suffer is gonna be Shamit. Yeah, and only because he's gonna be out longer than anyone. And if Kolek keeps ascending, he's gonna take some of his minutes. And that's where his minutes are going to come from. And it's not going to just be him. It's going to be a cutback of a few people's minutes. It's going to be a minute or two here, a minute there. And yes, it will probably be from some of your starters, because why not rest them? Why not give Mikal a few minutes off the court? Why not give Cap a few minutes extra off the court? If these guys are clicking and they playing, why can't it come from the starters? Why does it have to come from your bench guys? It doesn't have to come from Clarkson and Deuce, and you can leave those guys with their minutes and take a couple of minutes here and there from the starters so that they're always fresh. What's wrong with that?
I think in listening to the conversation and just taking everybody's opinion in from from what I'm hearing. I think we all agree that it is a good problem to have. I think it's one key word that will help facilitate how this can work going forward for all the players that are involved in connection to winning games, and that is impact at the moment. Whoever fits best at impacting the game for winning should play. And that's basically it.
Situational.
And that's basically it. So and it's
Right.
a good choice and it's a good situation to be in.
If we struggling
Now,
with ball handling,
the
hold it.
key. I mean, some people will say, I mean, well, I shouldn't say some people, but we know players. As a
I
player,
hope so,
you
Sharon.
have
I
to
miss
have
both of them.
time. You have to have time in the game to develop a rhythm. Some players are rhythm players, and so they need time in the game to develop that rhythm for them to have impact. So for some players, that's difficult. If you only going to be in the game a couple of minutes. I mean, we've experienced that when we had the young core. Look what happened to Obi. Look what happened to to Quickly. I mean, we can go back and look at those players who we had. So yeah, it's a good problem to have. So the advantage though is that the veterans are going to have an advantage because they know
Absolutely.
how to come in and do whatever it is they need to do. So, but it's tough. From either side, I see points on both sides, man. It's a tough situation.
Right, and the last time we kind of talked about this, like, what do we do when Deuce comes back and all that stuff? Because Deuce and Clarkson, to me, they're going to be our heat check guys off the bench. Like, and I think Mike Brown's going to keep it that way too, where if Deuce comes in and he's on fire, he's going to be staying in, and Clarkson's going to have less minutes that night. But just like Tori was saying, the situational stuff. If there's a night where Clarkson comes in and he's on fire, Deuce might be having a little less run that night. I mean, it's a good problem to have. It like the percentages say, at least one of them guys is going to get it going, But that's where, for me, Shamet, because he can defend guys that are more wing types, and he's a little taller than them guys. I don't think he cuts into like the Kolek minutes as much as the other guys would. Because Shamet, you could play with Kolek and Brunson.
Right, because Shaman is tall. He's a big guard.
Yeah. But, which they try to do with Clarkson sometimes, like, and it's Clarkson's he's not as scrappy and tough defensively as Shamet is to like defend some of them guys. Like we saw tonight, Clarkson was a little iffy
Clarkson
on defense.
Shit on defense. So
yeah, bro. I mean, I was trying to be nice, but
he's just Lord have mercy.
But no,
Still get you a bucket though.
Yeah, that's what I say. He can knock a 3 down. Listen, it's just like I said, I think it's just gonna be situational. When you need to put the clamps on, you definitely gonna see Shamet and Deuce out there. When you need a floor general, you definitely gonna see Kolek out there. I think it's just gonna be situational, and I swear it's the best problem in the world to have. And Tyler Kolek, we finally have a legitimate, actual backup point guard, like a real point guard. Great problems to have. Great problems. And I don't think any of them are expendable because I think they all do different things.
I got a great text from somebody during the game. I was like, yo, could you, what I say? I said, yo, you see that? Finally, and I want to remind, this is not the PG show, so I don't want to make it the PG show, right? You know what I'm saying? But I thought it to be very telling. It was like, I told you this kid kind of was being a little cocky back because I've been talking about Kolek for a while, right? I said, I told you this kid is a beast. I said, yo, those three, I don't care what anybody says here. I said, the three guards coming off the bench couldn't add those numbers together, put together in one game at the same time. And he said to me, he said, yeah, Kolek's the real deal. Unfortunately, we will lose him sometime in the future because he's going to want his own team to run eventually. So I thought about that for a minute, and then I went to go look at the contracts, and I said to myself, okay, we have him for a while. So I keep hearing you guys. I keep hearing that, you know, Deuce is the sweetheart of the organization, and Clarkson is going to want minutes, and you know, if you pay a second rounder the most a second rounder has ever been paid before, I think you could also classify that as a possible going forward sweetheart of the organization as well.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So if he keeps working on that defense, there's nobody that could tell me that what he brings to the table, Kolek can't do better. Sorry. And I think he became the sweetheart for a lot of reasons. I'm a Knicks fan. I want everybody to preface this as just like Freezy said earlier, just a conversation. Preface saying that I'm a Knicks fan. There's not one of those things where it is what it is. I'm just, you know, talking. There is a reason why they went after Kolek, why they paid him the way they paid him, why they covered him the way they covered him. And we
They
saw
moved up to get him, didn't they?
of that.
When they drafted him?
Right. Yep. So and then we look at McBride and we say he does a handful of things really well. Fans love to scream Deuce, sure, no doubt. In the long run, who is better for the rotation at that moment? Yes, of course, the answer is it's situational. But if the answer couldn't be it's situational, because I believe that's what you were presenting. I'm not sure if I'm right. I don't want to speak for you, Freeze.
Right.
But I think that's kind of where you were going with it. Like, if it's not a situation, like we're going to choose somebody's going to lose some minutes. How is it going to look?
No, situational can't be the answer.
Right. It can't be the answer.
Situational can't be situational can't, you can't go into a game and be like, well, I'll just make the adjustment on the fly.
Right.
No,
I agree.
No,
I agree.
$1,000,000%. Not a strategy. Right? That's not a strategy.
It don't work that way.
Bro, I'm telling you, man, when you're in a group, and Tori B just left, but she'll be right back. But when you're in a group and you buy into the group dynamic, and then you see, for instance, you see somebody else added, and then you see the thing not coming to you like the way that it used to, it make you feel away. I've been in those situations before, bro. Shit, I'm in that situation right now.
Me too.
Like when you're in a group and people value you, somebody else come in and then they stop going to you as much, right? You feel it because you're a human. Right?
You're a human being. You got feelings.
Right. There's that part of it, right? And I know people say, well, you're a professional and direct deposit hit every Friday or every other Friday. Listen, I get that part too, right? But it don't make you less. It don't make you less human, right? And then
don't make you a robot,
right? And then at the same time, the situational thing is saying, hey, you know what? We're just gonna play it by ear. Whatever that other team do, we're just gonna constantly adjust to what these other teams do every night. You cannot do that. You can't. You have to dictate to these teams.
Yeah, impose your will, make them switch up from what you're doing.
Right. This is the thing. This is the reason why I'm saying the thing to Mike Brown is, and for the record, I trust Mike Brown. Whatever he do, I feel I just trust it. Right.
Yeah, I'm in there with you 100%.
But as a fan, it's important to me to know and talk about and have these conversations because it's better for me to talk about these internal things right here than to constantly criticize and put down our players. So if we're going to talk about something, I want to talk about this type of stuff. I don't want to talk about how Cat suck, Mitch suck, such and such and such. If you're gonna talk about if like with me, it's the reason why I asked Cash specifically. Like, bro, let's have a constructive conversation about how the internal stuff in this team is gonna work. Like, how are we gonna figure it out? Is this stuff that we should be thinking about? Is this too far ahead? Or did Tyler Kolek force himself into the conversation after being an afterthought?
He definitely was an afterthought for me because I was, after the summer league, I'm like, I don't know about this guy.
Right. Remember when Malcolm Brogdon was here? When Malcolm Brogdon was here, we was thinking like, okay, trade Tyler Kolek for a second round pick so Malcolm Brogdon can make the roster. Coach, you remember that? Remember that conversation?
Yeah.
Coach?
Hell yeah.
But Tyler Kolek worked his way into this conversation that Knicks fans should be having as opposed to us eating our young. Notice now, we're not eating our young. We're talking about, hey, Mike Brown, you got to find something to do with this young guy because he worked his way up the depth chart.
And he runs
maybe it was Mike Brown was the one that said it, though. That's the thing.
He
Mike
running
Brown's
that
like,
offense, man.
Mike Brown might have been like, yo, I don't like the way they tried using this kid because Mike Brown had nothing to do with Summer League.
Yeah,
He just got hired.
He did.
Once Mike Brown got into training camp and saw what Kolek can do, he's probably like, hey, this young buck runs some stuff that I like.
He needs some time to cook, though, right?
Yeah.
You remember the first thing Mike Brown said?
I think the upside is so great for this guy, man. Sky's the limit for Tyler Kolek.
My bad.
Was that your phone? That's your phone, dog?
That's him. I thought you were talking to me.
Nah, Kolek threw me a pass I couldn't handle.
Like Mitch. You straight Mitch Robinson tonight.
Yo, and I was like, yo, oh shit, I didn't even know you throwing it my way.
That's them errant passes them Villanova guys throw. That's like Mikhail and Josh be throwing them errant passes.
I don't want to talk about when we were about 6 away in the fourth. Anyway, go ahead.
But to the Tyler Kolek thing, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up is because not only did Tyler Kolek do something tonight, right? You notice all 5 of the kids played tonight, bro. All 5 of them.
Yep, right. Mo played, Hot Porty played.
Yep. Kev McCullough played.
Right. McCullough was out there too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Dadier was out there.
Dadier played 10 minutes.
Yeah, he played more minutes than Diawara. As a matter of fact,
Dadier he sure did.
A long stretch in the third quarter. When he was guarding, listen, Anthony Edwards got on the heater and started lighting Dadier up. But if you were watching,
lighting everybody up.
Yeah, if you were watching the game, Mike Brown switched Dadier onto him. Remember, Mike Brown switched him onto Anthony Edwards, right?
To see if he could stop him. Yeah.
started scoring, right? Anthony Edwards hit those 2 shots, and you're like, man, Clarkson can't guard this dude. What we go out there and get your cat peeled by one of the greatest players in the game right now, and it'll be a learning experience, right? And Dottier, to his credit, played decent defense.
Right, but he was on a heater. He wasn't stopping that.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna stop. Nobody in the NBA can stop Anthony Edwards once he's on a heater.
Yeah.
Right. But Dottier played these extended minutes. So you got
some experience.
Yep. And you got
to see some looks in a real NBA game.
Yeah, and you got to see him play. I'm gonna say on one of those shots he hit, it was elite defense. The one with Dottier's hand was over that man's head, and he still hit that fadeaway falling back. That was elite defense. Now, did every defensive thing he do tonight, was that all elite? Nah. I mean, he ain't Bruce Bowen, bro. He 20, right? Right. But at the same time, you got to see him show off his defense. You got to see Mo Diawara handle the basketball, right? And for those that think Mo Diawara
made another 3,
he made a corner 3, right? But Coach, Mo Diawara handled the ball in transition, and then did y'all watch Josh Hart tonight handle the basketball?
Turning the ball over, spinning for no reason.
I'm telling you, he a dancer at night on the low.
I'm still the president of the Josh Hart fan club.
We love
some things.
I think you are, because you go to wherever he dances after the game.
He just be doing some things.
Josh did a reverse spin move at the top of the key on the ghost of Kevin Garnett.
Right.
There wasn't even no one there.
Coach, that play, he spit towards the defender.
I said, what is he doing?
They don't ever bro. That's like instinct. Bro. Anytime you're going to spin, you spin away from the defender. You don't spin towards the guy that's a threat.
Oh my God. He'll do that, and then he'll come down, get the rebound, and then go coast to coast and score. And you're like, yeah, Josh, you forget all about the dumb stuff you just did 10 seconds ago.
Right.
Yeah, I picture him doing this. He spun into the defender and looked up and said, oh.
Because he turned the ball over. Yo,
Word. He was like, oh.
Yo, what are you doing?
Yo.
I just call him Josh. That's it.
Just Josh. Because the thing is, Josh is going to have nights like this. And then
he still had like 11 points, 15 rebounds, and 8 assists. Like, this dude, but he just be doing stuff.
It'd be
Josh just be doing stuff.
But I think Brunson, when Brunson is there, Brunson is a counterbalance. Like, hey, Josh, hey, you doing too much, Josh. Like, Josh,
you know what, too? I realized
that's a perfect call.
Every once in a while, a little more now, when the roster is full, he'll pull Josh when Josh start doing stuff like this. Josh do two dumb things in a row. He go to the bench sometimes. But we ain't got nobody, so he got to stay out there. Right. He got to stay out there until we get our whole squad back.
Right. Right, and we love Josh for it. I don't care.
I love Josh too, but we got to check Josh in spurts. He does great things, and then he go do something stupid, and then he do something stupid again, and you got to sit him down for a minute so he can look at the game and then come back.
Yeah, I think what Coach said something about I think he said it in October. He was like, "Yo, when Josh get tired and start making dumb decisions, you got to sit him immediately."
Yeah, you do.
Like the first mistake he made when he fatigued, sit him. Because if you don't, about 4 more are coming. Like,
and that's what happened tonight.
That's a fact.
It was all during that run. We were down 6.
And he turned the ball over. He got the flagrant foul.
The Josh Hartopolis started happening, bro.
That's still my dude. I'm still the president, yo.
Right at 6 points, too. We had that. I'm telling you.
But the thing is, then when we got kind of mad, he went down and shot a 3. And made it.
Josh Hart legitimately, it reminds me of that. Y'all remember that the show Laugh Olympics? Anybody remember Laugh Olympics?
Yes, I do.
Yo, y'all remember how like you used to just get a cold bomb thing of milk and eat cereal and watch Laugh Olympics back in the day? Anybody remember that? Yeah, that's what Josh Hart is like. It's like that dog that be laughing with his shoulders. The dog goes. That's what it's like watching Josh when Josh get tired, bro. Now, but here's the thing: when you're shorthanded and everybody played, right? You just got to realize Josh is our boy. He ain't going nowhere. None of these guys, in my mind, are going anywhere, right? I don't
see it either.
Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere. The thing is, though, for the sake of like our conversation, the Knicks fans having a place where we can have all types of productive and positive conversations. What are we gonna do with Tyler Kolek? Right? Because we want him to play and get better. Like Jada Chosen, when you saw Tyler Kolek play and be a starter, right? Did you expect Tyler Kolek to get 11 rebounds and 8 assists?
No.
The other way around.
I expected the 8 assists.
I expected him to get a lot of points, a lot of assists, and a handful of rebounds. Right. I called it early on some other thing. I did say that he was going to get a bunch of points, a bunch of assists, and he would grab a few rebounds. Did I think he was going to get what tonight's stat sheet looked like? Nope.
Right.
But do I think that he could repeat that? Yep.
I do. I
for 1,000% do, and I think he's been sitting on this, waiting.
I think the cat is out the bag. Like, it's no putting him back.
Yeah,
it's over.
It's over. Which then goes back to the original thing that you brought up. If the cat is out the bag, and we now know,
right,
that he could do what he could do,
right?
Where does the rest fit in with the minutes? And situational can't be the answer.
That is the answer.
Because you got to be prepared.
It can't
that
be
is
the
answer. That's the answer for everybody on this team that doesn't start. That is the answer. That it depends on what you need and when you need it.
Well, we need a backup point guard every night.
Listen, you're right. You need a backup point guard every night, but 9 times out of 10, we play point guard by committee because McCall brings the ball up, Deuce handles the ball, Josh it.
That's over.
Not anymore until Deuce and Shamit come back.
Still, so I think that's over.
I'm not saying that he's not going to play. I'm not saying he's going to get 4 or 5 minutes a game. What I'm saying is the amount of minutes he gets every night is going to be situational. Because I don't think that Deuce or Clarkson or Shamit are going to get burned on all of their minutes. So again, I'm going to say it over and over again. It's situational. It depends on what you need because most of those guys can bring the ball up the court. And as long as the ball comes up the court, we can get into our offense. So it's not necessary.
It's not about bringing it just to bring the ball up.
I know what a point guard does. So I know it's not just about bringing the ball up the court. But what I'm saying
into the offense is there are so many different delicate things that go into the guard rotate. For instance, if you need extra ball handling and you play Brunson and Kolek together. Mm-hmm. And then later on in the game, when you need ball handling with the second unit, are you then going to break up Brunson and Kolek because we're doing the whole thing situation? Like there's no cascade effect. Like you take the ball.
Why we couldn't play Kolek and Deuce? Why do we have to play Kolek and Brunson?
Because Deuce doesn't have nearly the same handle that Brunson and
no, but he's a 30-time better defender. So it depends on what you need, which is why I say it's situational.
The reason why Kolek is even here is because Deuce ain't that. Because if Deuce was that, Kolek.
But Deuce is not a point guard.
That's what
we just said.
That's what I'm saying to you. Like. This is what I'm saying. Like, legit. Listen, Deuce is a great player. He's a great NBA player, right? Is he an all-star? No. Is he valuable around the league? Absolutely. He's valuable around the league, in my opinion. I think he could play for any team in the league, right? Right. But there are certain shortcomings that every person, every NBA player is going to have. Like Giannis can't shoot, right? But he's still great, right? Jalen Brunson's not tall, but he's still great, right? Deuce can't handle like a point guard. He's still a great young player, right? But the point guard duties ain't his thing. Like we've seen it, and we've also seen every year the Knicks bring in a point guard to do the things that Deuce McBride is not good at doing. Right? We even had Malcolm Brogdon on the verge of retirement. Right? Last year it was DeLon Wright and Cameron Payne. The year before that, it was Dante and Alec Burks and who before that it was Quickly and Derrick Rose, and we know this thing. And I'm not hammering home a fact of what Deuce can't do because everybody's flawed. All I'm saying is this: certain guard combinations, we just have to be mindful that of this. Say, for instance, you don't want Shamet to come back and then be out of the rotation because he's a shooter that you're going to need to space the floor, especially later on in the thing. He might be Shamet once he gets going. Maybe one of our best guards shooting the ball, right? Him and Deuce, right? Deuce has proven this year he can shoot that thing, right? But then if you can't play Deuce and Shamet together because you don't have ball handling, right? They can handle the ball, but it'll look like Josh and Bridges out there. All I'm saying, I think all these guys are gonna want to play, are gonna need to play, and all for different reasons. And you got to keep all of them sharp somehow. Even if, what if the answer to this? I was gonna ask Coach. Coach, you still there?
Oh, I'm doing a work thing. I'll be right there.
Okay.
I think I heard a knock on the door thing. Anyway.
Hey, well, let me ask. I'll ask y'all this: when Shamet and Deuce come back, would y'all entertain the thought of Tyler Kolek getting minutes in the D League?
Say that last part again. That last thing.
When Shamet and Deuce come back, would y'all entertain the thought of Tyler Kolek getting minutes in the G League?
No.
Not even to keep him sharp.
I don't think he needs to go down there to stay sharp. I think he's past that point. I don't think he needs
also don't think he's going to lose minutes.
Now I can't hear you.
Oh, wow.
Wait, say something.
Me?
Yo, I can hear you now. No, I thought I couldn't hear you.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
How about me?
I just think I can hear you. I think he's past that point.
I think so too. Right?
Yeah, I think Tyler's past the point of G League play.
But I think but Clarkson has got to play a set minutes. These veterans, they're in their routine, and when they get out of their routine, they get off. Like they have a warm-up routine, all this stuff, a routine, and that's how they stay consistent, right? But if you get Clarkson out of that routine, he'll look like how Josh Hart looked at the beginning of the season, like how Yabusele looks right now, because
How many minutes is he averaging? Clarkson, yeah, because it be feeling
20?
like
15 to 20, right? Something like that.
No way.
20.
Yeah, he play a lot.
Yeah, he is definitely.
I be feeling like I be looking for him sometimes. Like, where's Clarkson?
Yeah, I
at?
know. Me too, because I get the way his hair is. I'm like, wait. Oh no, it's not. Clarkson plays a heavy minute rotation that we don't really speak about a lot. He does.
Oh shit, yeah, 20 minutes a game. Wow, I didn't realize that. It feels like he averages less minutes than that.
Yeah, the fact check does.
My thing is, no, I definitely did.
It's all right.
My thing is this: of all the players there, right, that you have, I think Kolek is the one player that's there that doesn't need to. And I'm not saying this because I don't want him to play. I don't think he's that player that you have to have him playing consistently for X amount of minutes for him to produce. I think he's Whether you play him 8 minutes today and 4 minutes tomorrow and 17 minutes the next day, when you put him on the floor, he's going to produce. I don't think he's one of those players that you got to get into a rhythm. I think he's going to come onto the floor and he's going to be in rhythm. He's going to be fine. So I don't think that that's something you got to worry about with him.
With Clarkson?
No, with Kolek.
With Kolek.
Kolek.
Yeah, I think his minutes is good. He's gonna get minutes. I just think his minutes are gonna be inconsistent. I don't think he's gonna get like a 20 minutes a game like Clarkson. I think his minutes are gonna be inconsistent. I know he's gonna play. I just don't think he's gonna play a set amount of minutes every single game.
Yeah, it's a man. This is.
I actually think that until they come back, if he keep playing like this, somebody minutes is going down, and it's not going to be Kolek's.
I think we might be jumping.
And it's not going to be Clarkson's either.
We having this conversation, right? And at the beginning of the season, we saw how well Deuce and Shamet were playing. Unfortunately, they both got hurt. If they come back and they're still in the same form, they're not going to lose their minutes. They're going to play the same amount of minutes.
Agreed.
Okay.
I think, and unfortunately, Kolek going to be the odd man out. That's just the fact. They're better defenders than him. He's a real true point guard, but they're better defenders and better shooters than him. So he's gonna be the odd man out, unfortunately, and I hate that for him because I want to see him play. But we all know that Mike Brown, that Deuce and Shamet were thriving in his system, and if they come back and they still cooking the way they was before they went down, he's gonna be the one that loses minutes.
Okay, but I'm gonna sit here and
the
say,
thing is, sometimes it's about
this day right now on the 24th. Oh, by the way, happy Christmas Eve.
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, everybody. It is Christmas Eve.
Anybody who celebrates, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say right now on Christmas Eve 2025 that I disagree out of love, that I believe that no matter what, if this young man keeps balling the way he does, that he will not lose minutes. He will gain them, or he will stay where he is right now. And they will find ways to put these other people in. You had mentioned a couple different things, like why not? You could shave a couple of minutes off, save some time for OG, save a little time for Mikhail, save a little time.
Because they, according to Google, they averaging like 38 minutes a game.
Right, wow. Which is entirely crazy. But which is crazy. Right, sit down. So, but I don't think that Kolek is going to be sacrificed, the sacrificial minute guy at all. If anything, I really believe that his numbers are going to escalate at the moment, and then wherever it stays at, he will play at a solid that maybe give or take 5 minutes less, maybe. But if he keeps doing what he's doing, it's not going to be him. I can tell you that off the top.
Right.
I really.
And the thing is, I agree with Tori that Deuce and Shamet and Clarkson do things better than Kolek. I agree 100%. There's some things they do better. But the things that Kolek does, besides the obvious point guard and handling stuff, that don't show up on the stat sheet all the time, is he makes everyone else better.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah, that's
I don't disagree with that.
That's where his value is more minutes wise. Sometimes we need a guy that's going to help get Mitch going, or get Cat going, or help get Mikhail or OG or
correct
Brunson ain't out there. Like Clarkson can't do that for us. He's got to do it himself. Deuce don't always do that for us. He's got to do it just on his own, make shots.
Yeah,
he's not going to facilitate other people. That's where Cole, I feel his superpower is.
Coach, may I interject just one? I just want to interject one thing, bro. You cooking, bro. Yeah, you cooking. I just want to interject one thing. Y'all notice with Tyler Kolek on the floor, the modus operandi was get Karl Anthony Towns going. Did y'all notice it from the get-go?
Yeah.
I wish I could show you this thing I wrote.
From the get-go, bro.
From the jump of the game.
Jump. Yep.
That was how it was. First assist, actually, I believe, right?
Yeah.
The first assist of the game was Kolek to Cat. I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I think it was close.
I can't remember the order. I can't remember.
But it was close. It was close.
Seemed like it, right? Yeah.
I mean, we saw what happened tonight. Anytime Kolek or Cat were off the floor, the offense was straight doo-doo.
Yeah.
It wasn't really that many people there. The Cal don't create for itself.
That ain't
don't create for itself. So yeah, it looked like that.
Because
nobody there. Josh don't create for himself.
The reason we talk about wasn't even there. So yeah, I understand both ways.
No, but I'm saying like when Cat was off the floor and it was just Kolek.
God bless you.
He's still got a couple of things going with them for those other guys. And when Kolek was off the floor, just Cat was there, we still were doing a little bit. But when neither of them were on the court, that was rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Then I'm still thinking about the thing that you mentioned earlier regarding the type. And I don't want to start a whole thing, but the Brendan Clark, the Clark type, that type, that thing you was talking about.
Right.
I still don't think it's going to be him either. If it had to be somebody. I really believe that. Man. I believe that if someone had to go, I'm going to pose a question. So if someone had to go to get a player for, stretch, whatever.
Kolek or Deuce?
Is Kolek or Deuce or Deuce going?
Nah, I think it's Clarkson.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I think it's Clarkson.
Okay. So then Clarkson's going.
Yeah, I think, and there's no disrespect to Clarkson and Yabusele, but I think they would just package their salaries together to get that player that you said at that salary.
But that'd be fine with me. That particular thing you just said would actually be wonderful.
But just full disclosure, I'm letting y'all into my heart to tell y'all this. I'm telling you, I don't want to see a trade.
And Clarkson plays 20 minutes a game, and they're important minutes, and I agree with that.
Right, and the reason why I don't want to see a trade is because the guy that I think we're looking for over there is right over here with us. We just got to give them time to develop.
Did he shoot 2 threes today?
I think I'm talking about both of them, bro. I think they're going to be interchangeable.
Okay.
Right? Like I think if we give them because here's the thing. Diawara has more girth than Hakan Dadier, but he plays like a guard.
Right.
And Dadier is taller and longer. Pause.
Right? And girth pause.
Right. And girth pause. Yeah, girth pause.
Yeah, I'm on Pacific Coast pause.
Yeah. I just need to get me in.
I don't even say pause.
I almost said the most pause-worthy thing ever. Good thing I didn't say it.
I'll say it because I don't care. I'm a grown man and I don't say pause.
Bro, I need to get a pause seat cushion. No, pause, yo.
You need a pause button, so you don't even have to say it. It's got to be a funny sounding one too.
No, That's what in my mind, I'm thinking like the 50-year-old man jokes, right? But then,
I love them.
But then at the same time, like the generation thing and be like, yo, you can't say that, dog. But anyway,
you just read my mind, bro. It's so crazy.
Bro.
Oh, I got one right now. I'm dying to say out loud, but I know if I say it out loud,
it's gonna be like
cancel. What? I can't believe you said that. Guide me from the light.
Right.
Just guard my eyes and my ears. And the kicking and stomping until you give them like an Amazon gift card. But anyway, yeah. Oh, okay. That's my little platform. I'm good.
I gotta get back to work. I'll catch you fellas later.
All right.
All right.
Tori.
Hey, thank you for stopping by.
Of course.
All right.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Give Mitch a hug for us.
Yeah,
I will.
That's circumstantial.
Right. Facts.
Situational.
Situational, right.
Right, that's what I meant. It's not circumstantial. Yeah.
Later, guys.
Peace.
Yo, the thing I was going to get at is Diawara right now plays like he's going to be an up top perimeter. Okay, so basically what I'm getting at is I think even though Diawara is bigger, I think he's going to be more of a Mikal Bridges type wing. And I think Pacom Dadier is smaller, and he's going to be an OG Anunoby type wing, right? Like, I think at the end of the day, I think you'll see Dadier probably in that 225, 230 range. Mo Diawara right now is 225, right? So a lot of physicality that you see Dadier take and can't keep his balance on and all that stuff is because the kid is light. Bro, he light.
Yeah, he's light in the ass. He's light in the back. Yeah, no doubt.
But he wants to they want him to do the big guy stuff. Like when Pacom Dadier is strong enough to be your small ball five, and I don't want him to be a five. Listen, everybody, I'm not saying that Pacom Dadier is a center. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is in those defensive lineups at the end of games where you want to put all your defenders on the floor and you need a dependable free throw shooter out there too, right? Say it's a game that Mitch can't play, but you don't want Cat in there for defense. You could legit go Dadier, OG, Bridges, Deuce, and whatever other defender you got. Diawara. So you just go with them just to be your defense, right? Just for the sake of conversation, right? They could switch everything, and you won't have to worry about these trick plays where there's so much motion going on that you forget about the guy in the corner, and then he hits the game-winning three, right? Because you have guys that are switchable. They're not going to get caught up in a wash because they're going to switch everything, right? And my example of that is the Jason Tatum buzzer beater that got blocked by Mikal Bridges because Mitch and OG Anunoby basically was set up to switch everything, so Boston couldn't move. And so Jason Tatum had to take Mitch off the dribble, and you saw the Knicks defense swarm to Tatum as the time ran out and the shot went up.
Yep.
Right. And so now, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. You have to, if you're a Knicks fan, I think you have to be. I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be disrespectful to Knicks fans and to New Yorkers. But y'all got to be patient, right? We can't legit every time we see a young guy come in and be like, oh, no, he's Frederick Weiss. Oh, I don't like French dudes. Oh, I don't like some French dudes, right? Like, oh, he's Frank Ntilikina. Oh, he's Pacom Dadier is blah, blah, blah. And then look at Mo Diawara, who is also French, and be like, nah, he a stud, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we have to legit these things that we you know what I'm saying? These things that we as Knicks fans that we're not used to. We have to understand that we're in a different era of NBA and New York Knicks basketball. Right? For one, the Knicks have an all-star point guard and an all-star center at the same time.
For the first time.
Right. We legit got the thing
and two probably top 5 in the league two-way players.
Right. Yes.
Like, think about that, bro.
And no matter.
And I know it's on a PG show, but an upcoming severely good backup point guard. Stop it,
bro. That's what I'm saying. Like the
team and an 18-minute a game guy who could get you 15 to 20 rebounds.
Yeah.
What's going on here,
bro? This is what like the Knicks are in such a great place, bro. Like, legitimately, we have to give this thing some time to cook. Like, there have been years, legitimately, there have been years of Knicks basketball when the Knicks only had one good starter and everybody else was a rotational, situational guy posing as a starter. Y'all remember Wayne Ellington? Remember Wayne Ellington was with the Knicks?
Yep.
Yeah. Anybody remember when the Knicks started Elfrid Payton, Wayne Ellington, R.J. Barrett, and Reggie Bullock? The Knicks started Elfrid Payton, Wayne Ellington, R.J. Barrett, and Reggie Bullock.
And Nerlens Noel.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, we understand this. So the only thing we can nitpick about is the 10th guy in the rotation looks fat. That's our thing. Like, we can't complain about the point guard or the coach or the center or the rotation. So like, hey man, now the 10th guy in our rotation looks like he needs to skip Waffle House every now and then.
Yeah,
right?
Denny's got to get past when you're driving. Stop. Yeah. No more Denny's.
Bro, and bro, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I love Denny's. Right?
I was about to say the same thing.
Coach, you got Denny's, bro? Coach, they got Denny's where you at?
Hell yeah.
Bro, it's something about the way that toast be buttered, bro. Like,
it's buttered when it get there. Yo.
Like, baby, you want some more orange juice and coffee? I'm like, hell yeah, man.
And they say just like that. I feel like they rub the back of my head when they say it. They're like, you want more orange juice? And I'm like, yeah. What are you doing?
Right, bro.
You're hypnotizing me with that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And so if for the chat, yo, if I sound like overly positive or trying to talk positive stuff about the Knicks, it's about time.
I agree.
It's about time. Like, we, in my opinion, and listen, I've been doing this, this space here, whatever we call it, right? Lawrence Tears, for 5+ years. And for 5+ years, 90% of the shows, we're complaining about something. Even when good things happen, we complain about something bad, right? We're finally in a space where if Yabusele ride the bench and don't play, we ain't even concerned because you got 2 young athletes, 2 young stallions ready to take his minutes.
Yo. Add to that, we got a couple of 40-game-a-year guys who could come in and play too sometimes, and some Jemison and the other kid. We got legitimately great problems across the board, man. It's ridiculous.
Right.
7 years ago, we started a 34-year-old Jared Jack at point guard, bro.
Jared Jack with the eyebrows to kill.
Bro, he started almost the whole season.
Remember them? They're like,
bro, he looked like Willis from Different Strokes, bro.
He did. Yo, what's happening?
Todd Bridges.
Yeah, he looked
what's
like
happening? Todd Bridges.
Yo,
but not the young one. The one that was in the Adam Sandler movie. Not the young one. The one that was in the Adam Sandler movie.
And when he wasn't starting, we had Emmanuel Mudiay.
Bro, Coach, do you know how embarrassing it is for me to tell my friends that Arnold's brother plays point guard for us?
Word.
Would you like? He comes to the huddle and the coach is like, "What you talking about, Willis?" Like, you know how embarrassing that is.
And then just a few years before that, Arnold was better, and he wore number 4 and could dunk. And Nate yep.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Lord.
We were down crazy. So bad. Kevin Knox started.
We were so bad. Kevin Knox started for us. We were so bad. We drafted a 6'9.5" wing player out of Kentucky, and then he got to New York and found out he's 6'7".
Bro, only the
5'1".
Only 5'1" can draft the worst guy from Kentucky. Everyone else on that team turned out just fine.
Everybody else turned out just fine, bro.
Yep. And I told you about the 5 guys picked after.
Yep. The Bridges brothers, all of
the
them.
Bridges brothers,
Dante. We passed up Dante DiVincenzo for Kevin Knox.
Yep. We gave up. Look, we passed by Brunson for him. We passed by. They were all there.
Bro, we passed up Jalen Brunson for Kevin Knox.
We could have had Brunson on. Think about this on Kolek's deal, and then gave him a bag that wouldn't have crushed us, and he'd been doing what he's doing right now.
Right.
If we never picked up Knox, how about that?
But here we are.
Yep. Well, I could go way back. I actually like Noah Vonleh when he. Noah Vonleh was the only toughest guy here.
I think that was the worst Knicks starting lineup ever, bro.
Yep. That tanking lineup? You talking about the tanking lineup?
Yeah,
the 18-19 lineup, the one we got RJ from?
The DeMar Dotson, Vonleh, Knox. That lineup was bad, bro.
Yeah, that lineup was bad, bro. That lineup was bad. Trey Burke.
Yeah,
man. Oh my God.
Who somehow played good the year before and then got here. It was like Trey Burke.
Looked like, yeah.
I mean, that lineup made the rest of the league look at Tim Hardaway Jr. as worth something in a trade.
Oh,
word. That little traitor. Son of a traitor.
Yeah. Man. Hey, yo, that's all I got, man. I got to get on it because I got to get on the road tomorrow early, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. Tomorrow when we do the Knicks at Night podcast and Knicks Freestyle, I'll probably be in parts unknown. So, but we're gonna try to get those done tomorrow if those guys are still up to it. Want to thank everybody, man. That the numbers here recently have looking like they've been taking an uptick, man. So looks like we're probably growing a little bit, man. Trying to do some stuff. Sunday, we've been working on a Sunday joint, y'all. So we're gonna try to get that, put all the pieces together for that so that we can do it Sunday. We'll see how things go. For those of y'all that I won't see until whenever, man, happy holidays. I hope y'all have fun and be safe in all the stuff that you're doing. Hope y'all family members be well, and we'll holler at y'all later. Peace, everybody.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only